G'day everyone. Today I will be doing a bit of a project. This one will be another magic find versus pure DPS. This time around it will be Path of the Brave 1. I'll probably do Path of the Brave 2 and 3 later on next week. Just having a quick look. First up will be magic find or drop quantity. Here we have 14, 32, 56% drop quantity with 50 plus flame fuel and some embers. I'll quickly run through the first one. I'll be doing, as you can see, I have 60-ish Path of the Brave 1, so I'll do 30 and 30, so 30 magic find, and then I'll do 30 pure DPS. DPS will be much faster. However, this should be pretty quick anyway. I've just chucked a clock up here, so we'll see how long this takes. So you can get a general idea of the time it would take to do this yourself with this build. This build does Path of the Brave quite well because you pretty much never have to move, especially in Path of the Brave 1. Path of the Brave 2, if you don't want to die every now and then, you probably want to avoid the damage over time effects on the ground. However, for this one, you just stand in the middle, spam your abilities, everything dies when the boss comes out. There's a little bit of a immunity phase, which is annoying, but you just kill her pretty quick anyway. Path of the Brave 2 boss is a little bit annoying as well, because it has 2 immunity phases, and Path of the Brave 3 boss just does a bucket load of damage. So if you have about 1.5 billion DPS, you can burn it down pretty quick. But that's Path of the Brave 1. Took about 1 minute and 40 seconds after the boss died. So I'll do that 30 times. I'll pause on each result, and we'll see you in a bit. Alrighty everyone, that marks halfway through this test. I've done 32 Proof of the Brave 1s with my drop quantity equipment, packs rather. So having a quick look at what we've got. So far we've had 439 flame sand, 289 flame dust drop. We'll just reset that for the next one, because they're absolutely garbage. Going down, we've had a bunch of the Euro's Legacy, 6 God Blessing, Fate Bindings, Queen's Jewellery Box, Makeup Kit, and 6 God Boons drop. They're really worth using as well. We've had 119 Secret of the Glacial Abyss drop, and 114 Miners Surprise drop. I'll hand them in now and add them to the total. Right, that's all the minor surprise. I don't count embers in this at all. Now for the glacier, nothing. 5 FE, nothing, and nothing. Okay, so using the Idling Weasel, Cloud Gatherer, and Happy Chonky, running 32 Proof of the Brave 1s, we ended up with 28.6 Flame Elementium worth of drops. If you bought the Proof of the Brave 1s for 2.5, you could sell them for 3.5 on the Asian server, or the Asia server rather. I'm not sure about the other servers, so that's come up a little bit. I just wanted to clarify that. So that would bring you up to 38.6 Flame Elementium, and the Glacial Abyss hand-ins, I had one lot of 5 Flame Elementium. So all up, that would bring you to about 40 Flame Elementium. Okay, that's completely wrong. I did 32, so that's 30 Flame Elementium from the Braves. So that brings you to 58, 63 Flame Elementium. Each run takes about 1:30. Took longer for me because I was keeping track of what was dropping. So 1:30 per 10. So let's say 2 minutes a run. You can get 30 done in an hour, so that's about 60 Flame Elementium profit per hour, which is quite good considering Proof of the Brave is super easy with this build. You can just sit watching TV, just tapping away on your phone and picking up the loot at the end. That's why I love Proof of the Brave so much as a I'd almost call it passive way of making currency in the game, because you don't really have to pay attention, whereas in maps you're running through the map and you have to pay attention to what drops, and if you run too fast and a Flame Elementium is upgraded off screen, you don't really see it. So that's enough of that. Let's get on to the damage side. Alrighty, now that we've switched to full damage mode, there's a couple here that minion cast attack speed gives me nothing. So a tiny bit of drop quantity, but nothing compared to the other set. So let's just quickly load one. I'll get the timer back, and let's see how long this one takes. So about 1:30 for the other one. I'm not convinced that Magic Find does anything. That's why I included the Flame Sand and the Flame Dust. If those drop quantities are the same for this, that'll give a pretty good indication whether or not drop quantity Magic Find is actually doing anything in this encounter, which will be a very good realization if indeed it does nothing, because obviously with drop quantity you're doing an incredible amount less damage. Proof of Brave 1 doesn't really matter. Proof of Brave 2 and 3 will make a huge difference. Doesn't look like I'm going to be saving much time. Oh, almost died again. When all those beams hit you at the same time, it can really hurt. I've got life sealed for movement speed, which is pointless as well. Alright, no drops this one, 1:30 as well, so that it's no quicker for my gear. I'll see you at the end. Cheers. That was the most bizarre encounter ever. So as the boss was flying in, somehow I did 25% of its health and then it phased immediately. Very strange. Alrighty, as you can see, that's the end of the test. I've done 32 with drop quantity and 32 as DPS. Quickly go through. We didn't have any good drops. Had a couple of random ones, but they're all garbage. As for these, it looks like about the same amount of all of these dropped. So we've had 113 Glacial Abyss and 120 Miners. Flame Sand we had, interesting, 450 Flame Sand and 456 Flame Dust, which is actually more than the drop quantity test. Glacial Abyss and Miners are the same. Actual drops had less Sightless Guide, less Flame Elementium, or the same Adventure to the Core, less Conqueror's End, Conquest End. I had no Lost Secrets and no Terrible Price this time. So the core drops, I only made 11 Flame Elementium versus 28. That could be down to just the Lost Secrets and the Terrible Price cards that dropped. That's 11 Flame Elementium, couple more Conquest End. It's not as decisive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be a lot different, a lot more different. So I'm going to have to do similar with the twos. I will do an equal amount. I might look at if there's a better drops pet pack script to use. I don't think there's one for cards, but I'll have a look, and if there is, I'll do a third as DPS, a third as my current drops, and a third as whatever new one that I find. I'll quickly do the hand-in for the Glacial and see where we're at. That was the first one. That was a misclick. Alrighty, just in summary, we have on the left the drop quantity drops, and on the right the DPS drops. So on the left we have a total of 28.6 in standard drops. On the right we had 11.6. Had a bit better RNG on the hand-ins. We got 2 hits of the 5 Flame Elementium, equaling 21 versus 32. However, the hand-ins have nothing to do with the actual runs. It's just a gamble at the end. Both get the 32 Flame Elementium from the Braves, and yeah. If you could like, subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.